So we are on a series here, right? Do we have the yes? We can work it out. Can we? That was intentional, that last line. Can we? There's an awful lot of unrest. There's a lot of discourse, a lot of conflict, as Elise alluded to in the meditation. And can we work it out? Just talking with somebody before service, family discourse over politics or religion, or you're getting into healing modalities. And can we work it out? Yes. I'm going to go over that today. So my goal is to metaphysically interpret the 3 songs that were picked for today. First song you heard was what? Hey Jude. How are you going to interpret that one, right? Okay, do you know who this was written by? It was Paul McCartney, and do you know why? He wrote it for, John Lennon's son, who was 5 years old at the time, because his father, John, was leaving his mother for Yoko Ono. And so he wanted to write something to leave him with words of comfort. So as we get into this song, you're going to see, because the first verse is, hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. So as I go along with this, I want you to look at your own life. This discourse in family, it's a sad song, isn't it? There's lots of things that are sad songs going on right now in our world and in our own personal lives. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart. He's not telling a 5-year-old boy to let woman into his heart. He's saying let love into your heart. Now, when you start looking at the Beatles' music, they start playing around with words, just like Blackbird, and we'll get into that one too. They play around with words to make it musicality of it fit with the words. So if you think about that, take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let love into your heart, then you can start to make it better. Hey Jude, don't be afraid. You were made to go out and get love. I'm replacing that because to me, that metaphysically works on this. The minute you let love under your skin. Now, I used to think, don't let them get under your skin, right? But he's talking about let love into you. Then you begin to make it better. Let's go to that next one, please. Wanting to talk with someone, but feeling like they won't care to listen. So you end up bottling your feelings that will potentially destroy you. And I can look at some of you counselors out there in the field like going, It's a dangerous thing, bottling up your feelings, isn't it? And again, I always say, Rev Sandy, that's like a mantra of every one of her talks, is you've got to acknowledge. Don't spiritually bypass it. Don't metaphysically, what's the word that I always say? Malpractice it by saying, I don't feel that way. You've got to let it out, and you've got to share it with someone who's safe in your world. You don't bottle it up and spew it out to someone who doesn't get you, right? When you bottle up your feelings, they will potentially destroy you later. Yeah. Many of you can relate to that. I know I can. So that in the song it goes, and anytime you feel the pain, hey Jude, refrain, don't carry the world upon your shoulders. For you well know that it's a fool who plays it cool by making the world a little colder. So when you don't share, when you bottle up, you do become cold. Do you not see that when you go there? We all have gone there. For some of us, many, many, many times. But when we do that, we become cold. And when we become cold, our world becomes cold. Let's go to that next. Oh, she's already got it on there. Set it free. Don't bottle up your emotions for fear of what others may think. Do you want me to repeat that? Yes. Don't bottle. Feel free to take pictures of these slides. I'm telling you, these are good reminders. Don't bottle up your emotions for fear of what others may think. Kathy's favorite two words in the English language are, so what? You remember, so what? The only one you're hurting is you. The only one you're hurting is you. Hey, Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Let's look at that next one. This is a really good one. You have the power within you to rise above whatever is currently seeking to bring you down. This is unity principle number 3. Thoughts in mind produce of their kind. The universe operates on vibration. It doesn't operate on words. So thoughts in mind produce of their kind because your thoughts have a vibration. They carry a vibration and they move out. And the only way that we can change our outer world is by changing our thinking and feelings about situations that are going on or that are happening, have happened, might happen. We get into this past thinking, future thinking, and where is peace? Now. Present, now, the now moment. There's a book called Power versus Force. Anybody familiar with that book by David Hawkins? Wonderful book. If you have not read this, it's one that will always be on my shelf. And it's one that I look at constantly. It has in there a chart that shows the vibration and what is the result of a vibratory of what we hold. In there he says the average person resonates at about a 150. His chart goes to 1,000. Jesus, he says, was probably at 1,000. Mother Teresa was probably at a 950. Average person is vibrating at about a 150. And I'm thinking, oh, that's too low. But then all I do is go to Kroger or a mall and watch people. You've seen it, haven't you? And I'm like, he's right, a 150. And then below that is serious depression, people. And all of this stuff out there that's happening to us is creating a vibration in us. There are people that call me lately because they need help in moving their vibration up. Because all this that's coming to them is bringing their vibration down. But we're the only ones that have the power. You can help me not go below wherever I am, but it's up to me to vibrate more in order to bring better results in my life. Am I making sense with that? Now I'm going to go to the song Blackbird. Oh, love that song. Blackbird reminds me of the phoenix. Many of you know what the phoenix is about, right? The bird that flies into the fire and destroys itself, gets completely burned up, only to rise and become a new bird. That song is about us, big time. Blackbirds singing in the dead of night. Do you know why this was written? Again, by Paul McCartney. Do you know why? It was written in the 60s. That'll give you a hint. Yes?
Blackbird was about for black girl. That's what I read.
It was about a black woman in the 60s because there was so much civil unrest and there was so much racial division happening. And it made him sad to watch films in the United States of what was going on. And he focused in on a particular black woman and saw how she was being abused. And he wrote this song, and it literally was black woman singing in the dead of night. And he's like, that doesn't work. See, musicality again. Blackbird. Now, there's a whole nother segment about that, but I want you to know he said that this is really a song for me, about a black woman experiencing the problems in the United States. He said, let me encourage you to keep trying, to keep your faith. There is hope. In a trying time, Sir Paul later said that this song was about empowerment. Blackbirds singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Think about the times in your life that have hit you hard. You wouldn't be in a Unity Church if you didn't have some hard times and you were wanting to look at it differently. You were wanting to make changes in the way that you were feeling. You were tired of your sunken eyes, right? I gotta breathe. I'm telling you, this one really does get to me. I did not realize until I researched this song about how powerful it was. Let's look at that. Yeah, oh, it's up. Let me find my page on that because it's hard to read here. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. You were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Now, some of the worst times in my life, if I would have read that, I said, no, heck no, I wasn't waiting for this. I never wanted this. I never wanted this, right? But it was there. It was my present moment. It was my situation that I had to look at. I was forced to look at it. And this song is, to me, just reminds me, like Paul intended, about empowerment, about having faith. Faith, if you want to call it faith in God, faith in the universe, faith in good, faith in myself. There's where the power lies. Faith in yourself. Then there is hope. Gratitude in the opening prayer. That is the key to helping turn your vibration up. You can always tell when I'm dealing with something. I'm giving away a secret about me. I really am. Now that you watch me and hear this, but it's true. When I'm struggling emotionally, you watch me. I start giving compliments out like the yin yang. I start giving dollar bills out like it's no tomorrow. because I know that shifts my vibration and helps me to hold the vibration for what I know I need to do. Because that's how I change my world, and that's how I can help empower others. Because I can't empower anybody if my vibration is here. So I'm telling you, it really is not rocket science, people. If you need to change your vibration, and any 12-step program will tell you, go out there and be of service. That is a 12-step slogan. You go out and be of service. Get off of self. Get off of self. Another 12-step slogan, right? So I'm just saying it works. It works. Let's go to that next one. I thought this was just so cute. No matter what happens, life is short. True? Yes. I see Eileen look, it's like, no matter what, life is too short to be anything but happy. Well, if you were only in my world, if you were only dealing with what I'm dealing with, if you were only stuck here in Ohio when I'd rather be somewhere else, life is too short to not be happy. No matter what is going on, don't rob yourself of joy. Don't rob yourself of laughter. I remember in one of the darkest times in my life, I pulled all the shades down in my house. I didn't talk to anybody. I walked to work because I couldn't drive. And I looked down and I counted every crack in every sidewalk all the way from my house to work. Nobody in the restaurant saw me because I stayed in the back. I didn't deserve to smile. That's where I was because of a situation that happened to me. I didn't deserve for anybody to smile at me. I didn't deserve for anybody to hug me. I didn't deserve a compliment or even a word of comfort. Just leave me be. And I'll never forget the moment. This went on for months. And there was a moment when I always hid in the kitchen, and I had a coffee pot, empty coffee pot that I had washed out, and I was walking to kind of hand it to a server because I didn't want anybody to see me. And it was a swinging door in the kitchen. You know, it goes both ways in the restaurant kitchen. And I was at this end of the door, and I was going through, and the server came through, boom! And the pot just cracked into pieces. And we both just busted out laughing. This will stick with me forever, and I'm going back 40 years. At that moment, everything shifted for me. I laughed. Then I felt guilty for laughing. And then I was like, oh my God, I can't laugh. And then I couldn't quit laughing. And she was laughing. And that moment on, I went out in the dining room and greeted my regular customers. They were all like, she's back, she's back. I didn't change the circumstances that I was facing. It didn't change that I still felt ashamed. I felt like a piece of dirt. But I allowed myself to start to feel. Let's see that next part? Live fully, have fun, love lots. That's when I started letting love in. Hey, Kathy, don't make it bad. Make a sad song and make it better. Take chances, let go, face forward. Don't let people bring you down no matter what. No matter what. Let's go to the next one. You're going to love this one because it's Wayne Dyer. Again, principle number 3. If you believe it will work out, you'll see opportunities. I love that you're taking pictures of this. If you believe it will work out, you will see opportunities. It doesn't mean, oh, it's going to work out the way you think it is, but you will see opportunities. People with help will plop into your life. Somebody shares a phone number and says, you know what, call this person. And then it just starts kind of domino effect. If you believe it won't, you will see what? I knew it wasn't going to do any good. I'm stuck. It was key. At that moment that I told you about my restaurant, it's the same time I walked into this Unity Church. Changed my life. And opportunities just kept showing up. That's a book waiting to happen. I know it is. What's our next song? We saved it for last. It's the title of the song. Talk. We can work it out. We can work it out. Life is very short, isn't it? And there's no time for fighting and fussing, my friends. Marcy will be singing that in a moment with it. I don't know if it's Yvette or a recording, but whatever. I didn't make one single note on this song because I so know it and I so firmly believe it. This is a critical time in our country. It is a critical time. Why do I say that? It is a critical time for we as people sitting in these pews of a New Thought church, which is ancient thought, by the way, sitting in a church that holds non-judgment. That claims non-judgment. It is so easy right now to move into judgment. It is critical that you find the right people in your life to talk to. And it's not talk to about, let's commiserate, because I know you think like I do. Because what are you doing there? You're only fueling the fire. What are you sending out vibration-wise when you do that? Right, Gigi, right. Spoken like a chaplain. True. Holding the high watch. Kathy, head of our chaplains. Sandy, our chaplain trainer. We're having a chaplain meeting today. Training and gathering, because we know how critical it is for us to be holding the high watch. It makes no difference how you're voting. It makes a difference in the vibration that you are carrying as we go through this time. And that no matter what, let's go to that next slide. No matter what. I am in divine order. The inflow and outflow of everything in my life is established in divine order. So I am peaceful, like Elise said in her meditation. I am peaceful, poised, and orderly now. If you haven't gone and voted yet and you go to the polls on Tuesday, say a prayer before you get out of the car. The light of God surrounds me. the love of God, and then send it to the entire, all those poll workers. Send it to them. The prayer for protection, that the light of God surrounds them. They are giving of their time and to bless the whole thing. Because if you truly do believe in divine order, if you truly do believe in divine order, I would have told you that's a line of crap when that situation happened to me that stopped my life. But I can stand here, and I have stood here for 40 years and said to you, it was in divine order. I wouldn't be who I am, and I wouldn't be here doing what I do had I not stayed in trusting this statement. It's all in divine order. No matter what the results are on Wednesday, we trust divine order. Elise, your meditation was so good about this. Why I want to hear it a couple times every day, because no matter what, we trust divine order. In whatever way it is, it's to some people it's not going to make any sense, and to this other group it's not going to make any sense. It's not about making sense. It's about trusting and having the faith of a mustard seed. That what appears to be a mountain in front of you, if you can do what these slides and this talk has said today, you will move that mountain. I don't know how it's going to look on the other side. I didn't know how it was going to look on the other side for me. But I kept hearing this message in this place, and it kept me grounded. And then I found more people that I could talk to that would tell me about how divine order worked in their life, because I'm like, I don't think this is true. Let's go to the affirmation, please. When I get quiet, I can release all anxiety. Thank you, Elise, for that. Knowing everything is in divine order. Let's say that together. When I get quiet, I can release all anxiety, knowing everything is in divine order. One more time, if you mean it. When I get quiet, I can release all anxiety, knowing everything is in divine order. And so it is. Namaste. That Christ presence, that loving, unconditional loving presence in me, sees that loving, unconditional Christ presence in each and every single one of you. Namaste. Thank you.